Hello everybody on the internet watching, and welcome to the final game of week 1 of the Totally Normal Football League. We're here in a damp Kingston evening as the Toronto Trash Pandas take on divisional rivals the Kingston Gators in their traditional opening match of the season. It should be a great match. In fact, I had this penned as my match of the week, but, then Rollers at Beefers happened, and then here we are. So these two teams pretty much need to throw haymakers all game long in order to live up to those expectations. The Trash Pandas have won the opening coin toss and have chosen to defer, and Tim Bencher kicks a touchback to an awaiting Dalton Mini Small to begin the game, and Graham Howard will take control at the 20. So the big news, Biff Plunger, wide receiver and former tight end for the Gators, is now playing cornerback, and Andy Overnight has now stepped up to wide receiver number 2. So expect more out of him this game as they hand it off to Oscar Dudeman off tackle. That run blown open by tight end Harold Van Panel. That's an 8-yard run from Dudeman to begin this game. The Gators 28, 2nd and 2. The Trash Pan is loading up the tackle box, and Dudeman gets stopped for a loss by Dion Sizzler, who anticipates the run from Oscar Dudeman, and Oscar Dudeman is currently enemy number 1 in terms of everybody looking at the Gators. He ran for over 140 yards against the Beefers in the preseason as Graham Howard steps back to pass on this third down. Pump fake, throws it over, gets it to the open man, number 88. That's Travis Payne. Great work there from Travis Payne getting open. And great work from the Gators D-line to buy Graham Howard enough time. That's a fresh set of downs at the 34. But yeah, everyone is worried about Oscar Dudeman's running ability. The Gators picked him up after the Janitors released him. Counterplay here from Dudeman, and he's in trouble as number 70, that was Jay Mitchell, is unable to hold his block in place, and Dudeman had to go find another hole, and then everything went sour, and that's a big tackle for loss, a 3-yard tackle for loss. The Gators are now back at their 31. Gators back to throw. They throw it up deep for Andy Overnight, and it's out of bounds. Mark Swagley slightly trailing behind the former Shipbirds wide receiver. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Gators. This is exactly what the Trash Pandas want. The defensive backs are excellent. Over the middle, good work there from Swagley to step in front of the pass, break it up, and that's a 4th down for the Gators, who have to punt on their first possession. Riley 9-mil punting the ball. Excellent punt to the 25. That was amazing. Chip Cordripper was back to catch the punt, but it just went out of bounds just over his head, out of reach, and he couldn't return it. So now the Trash Pandas are starting from their own 25. So Doug Gongshow handing it off to Ricky Bonbon off tackle as he's stopped by Aston Often. And the Trash Pandas ended their Season 2 with very high hopes. Doug Gongshow has looked fantastic for them under QB. The Trash Pandas have finally found their guy, and they're really hoping that Ricky Bonbon can sort out his problems at running back. What a great excuse me through the line as Robert Stevens has to come in and stop the run. That's going to be a 3rd and short for the Trash Pandas. And you have Oscar Dudeman on the Gators, and you have Ricky Bonbon on the Trash Pandas. I feel like this is going to be a very smash-mouth game, especially with how damp it is. As it's an outside run to Bon Bon. This is going to be an easy first down as he absolutely bowls over Dan Danson. Breaks a tackle before being taken by Jay McDiggle. And that's a big gain from Bon Bon. Past the 40. Gong Show back to throw. Throws it to a great crossing route to Andy Cod player for a first down. Rookie Draco Sanchez is going to have a lot on his plate trying to defend against Andy Cod player, the veteran. Jim Rat handoff. He gets a big gain past the Gators 40. The Trash Pandas barging into enemy territory and the run game firing in all cylinders for the Trash Pandas. Nearly 10 yards on that one, spotted just a couple inches away from a first down. Jim Rat back in as running back again. You got to know the Gators are going to jump all over this, but Gong Show throws it and 3 people converge on the tight end. Meet 4 men to bat away the pass. Trying to get a sneaky play action on second down, trying to anticipate the Gators ready to stop Ricky Bon Bon. But now on this 3rd and inches, we'll see if Gong Show decides to continue to be cute, which has been a point of infuriation for many Trash Pandas fans. Young corn grower audibling to the other side of the field. They will get it to Jim Rat, and he's over for a first down. Trash Pandas almost at the Gators 35. They are moving well here through the Kingston rain. Draw play to Ricky Bon Bon is going to get 4 to 5 yards as he's struggled to the ground by David Rains. The Trash Pandas now within Tim Bencher field goal range. Gong Show standing in the shotgun. Bon Bon audibling to the line, so it's an empty set for Gong Show on a 5 wide receiver sets. Kingston trying to get in, trying to go up for Cy Mayo, who catches it at the one, or Kyle Katam catches it at the 1. Biff Plunger trying to tip the ball away, but Cy Mayo runs the corner brilliantly. That's an insane throw, and we are breathing down the end zone. As Gong Show lines up in a twin tight end formation with a fullback and a running back behind him, and he on the keep, Gong Show touchdown! The quarterback sneak gets it. I don't think I've ever seen that. That's crazy. Gong Show very stoked about it. And the Trash Pandas put 6 on the board with their first drive of the game. Tim Bencher kicks it good. The Trash Pandas lead 7-0 here to start off this first quarter. Dalton Mini-Small once again in the end zone to catch the Tim Bencher kick. He's past the 20, tackled down by, I was about to say Mel Poopsie, but that's Randy Straightcash, the rookie's new number. So the Gators will begin possession at their own 22-yard line. The Gators stopped on 3rd down last possession. We'll see if Howard can change things up. Up the B gap is Oscar Dudeman, who gets a big 8 yards. Second and 2, the Gators at their own 30. This is usually where Howard gets cheeky with it with a play action. And no, he just hands it off to Dude Man again past the 35 for a first down. This is exactly what the Trash Pandas were expecting from the Gators, because, again, Dude Man has been just a huge offensive weapon for the Gators, but they do have Pete Moss and they do have Andy Overnight, so when Howard does go to throw, he has some potent weapons downfield that the veteran defensive backs of the Trash Pandas will have to be ready for. That's the end of the first quarter. The Trash Pandas leading 7-0 here on the third possession of the game. The first possession, a third down stop by the Trash Pandas. And the Trash Pandas then slowly motored down the field, ending with a Doug Gong Show quarterback sneak touchdown. 3 wide receiver set for Graham Howard with Quentin Screamley and Dude Man in the backfield. Howard going to throw, but he runs into the left end. That's Darren Daggerstab, who gets his first sack of the season. And that's a 5-yard sack, and the Gators are back to their 31. Howard over the middle to Andy Overnight. Will get it almost to the 45. So that's a big chunk of that loss made up for, but now it's a 3rd and 4 try. It's an outside pitch to Oscar Dude Man, and he can't get by. Oh, the ball's loose, and it's picked up by Terry Shutcrunch at the 25. Dude Man couldn't hold on to the ball. And Stanley Steak Sauce forcing the fumble. And that was because Jay Mitchell wasn't able to pick up the block now. Kingston is challenging the fumble here, arguing that Dude Man's elbow was down during the tackle. We'll see. So if you're on top of somebody, the ball is still alive. They're saying the elbow touched the ground there, but I'm not sure. Oh my God, Pat Gordo absolutely bowling over a linesman there. This would be devastating for the Gators. If this were a turnover, the Trash Pandas would have great field position already with a 7-0 lead. And the play is reversed. So they did say that Dude Man's elbow touched the ground while he was on top of Stanley Steak Sauce. And so it's just going to result in a punt rather than the Trash Pandas getting it. Geez, where did Shutcrunch return it? To the 30? Cord Ripper. Or that's Cod Player, sorry. Waving the fair catch. It says here number 12 is Cod Player. So Doug Gong Show will get the ball once again at the 20. Ricky Bonbon on the counter run. He's got blockers, but Jay McDiggle stops the run after 3 yards. Tackling from behind. There's one thing you love about Ricky Bonbon, it's his ability to get 3 yards every single run. Meet 4-man on the move. Gators shifting, outside pitch to Bonbon. Gets it to the 25. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 now. Bonbon looked like he had an entourage of blockers, but they just continued upfield without actually blocking anybody. Thank you, Madden 08. And 3rd and 5. Gong Show in the shotgun looking to throw here. Kyle Katam on the move. Over the middle. It's complete to Cod Player. For a first down. Oh, that is Cord Ripper. Okay, so the numbers on this sheet are just wrong then. I apologize. No wonder it was weird seeing Andy Cod Player out there doing kick and punt returns. So Gong Show with a fresh set of downs at their own 31. Bonbon, big run for 5 yards. Gets it to the 35. So for those of you watching, if you end up re-watching this VOD, just replace Cord Ripper and COD player's name. Thank you, management. 2nd and 6. Gators bunching up. Gong Show back to throw. Throws it up for COD player. To the 20. Tackled down by Biff Plunger. A big reception by the 3rd year Trash Pandas wide receiver, Andy COD player. And just like that, we're in the red zone of the Gators once again. It's a draw play to Jim Rat to the 15. Gong Show on the keep, rolling out of the pocket, and Biff Plunger nearly intercepted that. He had tight man coverage on Andy COD player. That's going to bring up a 3rd down, which the Trash Pandas have not yet failed to convert on a 3rd down. 3 for 3 tonight. And they're going to give it to Jim Rat up the middle, and he gets it. To the 5 for a 1st down. Dan Danson just having problems bringing down the giant running back. And the Trash Pandas now 4 for 4 on 3rd downs. That was a bit of a gamble, but the Gators left the middle exposed, and against a running team as good as the Trash Pandas, you're just going to get your heart eaten out. Bill Bonk on the move. Gong Show in trouble. Nearly picked off by Draco Sanchez. Gong Show really had to rush that pass, and his man wasn't quite open and just converged upon. 2nd and goal. Trash Pandas at the 5. They hand it off to Bon Bon up the middle. He's stopped by Biff Plunger at the 2. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. Another 3rd down for the Trash Pandas. Again, 4 for 4. They haven't failed a 3rd down. Gong Show. Oh, it's intercepted by Draco Sanchez! Gong Show with a... Oh, he's like, damn it, man. Damn it, man. Gong Show throwing an interception to the rookie Draco Sanchez. It was intended for tight end Brad Sparky. It was a really quick throw. Brad Sparky cutting up on the flat end. Sanchez all over it. Gators ball at their own 15-yard line. Oscar Dudeman up the middle with a 7-yard run. Interesting that the Kingston Gators are running it. Graham Howard back to throw and nearly intercepted by the linebacker. Brian Bealey stepping in front of new tight ends Harold Van Panel. 3rd and 3. It's been a long day for me, folks. Pardon if I sound frazzled on commentary here. I basically commentated half a match earlier because this game crashed, and Michael Hawks nearly gets an interception intended for Pete Moss, who had a little bit of separation, but Graham Howard didn't put enough air underneath the ball, and it was almost directly to Michael Hawks. So Riley 9-mil has to punt again today. Line drive down the left side of the field. Chip Cord Ripper at the 30 receives it. And he gets a face full of Quentin Screamley, but not before returning it past the 45. The Gong Show, an empty set here, trying to put more points on the board with 1 minute and 19 seconds remaining in the first half. Gong Show back to throw, in trouble, Mark Maskinson, and great work by Chip Cord Ripper But Gongsho appears to have injured his shoulder on the play. Mark Maskinson tackling him hard. An amazing effort there by Cord Ripper to pick up the deflected pass for 5 yards. But it's going to be Yao Mijao, rookie quarterback for the Trash Pandas. And he's going to be throwing under pressure as it was nearly intercepted. We'll hopefully get speedy word about how Doug Gongsho is doing after that Mark Maskinson tackle. But now it's Yao Mijao's time to try and convert on a 3rd down. He's going to play action, boot out of the pocket, and Marshall Rockenstone playing coverage swats it away as he's happy about it. And so Edward Gogo out to punt. 1 minute and 7 seconds remaining in the first half. And that was almost an insane punt. Just inches away from that pylon, but it bounced into the end zone, and that means that the Gators are going to start possibly their last possession of the first half at their own 20-yard line. 1 minute and 1 seconds on the clock. Graham Howard, a singular back. Trips bunch formation. Howard back to throw. Throws it to the oot route. And it's picked up by Andy Overnight, who gets it to the 30. First timeout used by the Kingston Gators. And that wasn't a first down. We are pixels away from a first down because we're not allowed nice things here in the TNFL. That's Lloyd Marshall on the move. Moved from cornerback to wide receiver. And it's a deep pass to Lloyd Marshall, who picks it up at the 30, but he's out of bounds. He didn't tap his left foot. I wonder if this is going to get booth reviewed. Yes, it will get reviewed. That looked inbounds to me, folks. But I wouldn't trust a biased source such as myself. We'll see here. Left foot. That's good. That's good, folks. In fact, I don't think this play should have been called dead. That shouldn't have been called dead at all. But we'll see what the referees say. Yeah, the play is reversed. An amazing pass to new wide receiver Lloyd Marshall. Second year Gator. They picked him up in the Season 2 draft, and he was a fantastic cornerback, but now that Biff Plunger has taken his role, it's Oscar Dudeman almost flattened there. The Gators trying to get cute with their run game here with 47 seconds left, and they have to use their second of 3 timeouts. Howard at the Trash Pandas 29. 2nd and 12 after that 2-yard tackle for loss. Howard, all the time in the world, he's going to go for a one-on-one matchup. But Marshall can't beat Terry Shutcrunch. Not a lot of people can. But kudos for him trying. And that's a 3rd down for the Gators, who are within field goal range. Andre Fourscore is not a bad kicker. .42 seconds remaining. Graham Howard, no pressure in the pocket for now. Throws it to the corner. Intended again for Lloyd Marshall. They're really leaning on him. But it's tipped away by Mel Poopsie. And although Mel Poopsie has been, I don't want to say demoted to dime back, the Trash Pandas have such elite talent cornerbacks on their roster that it's hard to really organize a packing order. But Mel Poopsie was one of the 6 best defenders, period, in Season 2, as Andre Fourscore kicks the field goal. Kingston scores their first points of the game, making the score 7-3. And the big field goal brings it within 4. The Trash Pandas will have 32 seconds to work with. The score right now is the same score that we ended with all the way back in week 1 of season 2 when these two fought. Chip cord ripper returns it to the 20, almost to the 25. Yes, the first game between these two of season 2 was a low-scoring affair with pretty much defenses setting the tone, and the only touchdown being scored by Graham Howard in the 2-minute offense to end the first half, and that was it. However, I feel like this game is going to be a bit more exciting than that. High snap, Gong Show jumps up for it, and it's a deep pass to number 14, and Draco Sanchez and Dan Danson are there to break it up. Cy Mayo on the streak route was really going for it, but he couldn't get any separation, and Draco Sanchez narrowing the gap there. 2nd and 10, 21 seconds remaining. Gong Show is going to continue to chuck it to the heavens. And it's intercepted! Mickey DiGiorno getting the interception of all people. No, that's Gordy Strump, sorry. Number 20. Gong Show has just given the Gators the ball at the Trash Pandas 32 with 16 seconds to go. Dan Danson throwing it. He gets it to Andy Overnight for a touchdown. Not quite an overnight flight, but a 32-yarder is good enough to turn the turnover into points, and the go-ahead touchdown scored by the Gators. So I'm just cluing in. The Doug Gong Show did get evaluated after that Mark Maskinson tackle, and he's just right back in. We didn't even get an update. So incredibly minor injury there. Yao Mijao basically only taking about 1 or 2 snaps before having to punt it away. So that's good news for the Trash Pandas. But now the Gators lead by 3 with 12 seconds left in the half. Squib kick by Alex North-South to the 5-yard line, and Chip cord ripper. It's going to get to the 20, and Kevin Knight charged with holding, and the Trash Pandas are going to get a half a distance to the goal penalty, and they're going to have a Hail Mary attempt here from their own 14. Instead of the Hail Mary, they'll just opt to end the half with a Ricky Bonbon run, and so both teams will head to their locker rooms during the half to converge and talk about strategy to switch up here as the Kingston Gators, with an opportunistic turnover, immediately throw it to Andy Overnight for a touchdown, and they lead 10-7 here in Kingston. Still very damp here, as it's been raining on and off all day here in Kingston. And Chip cord ripper gets it almost to the 25, and the Trash Pandas will begin their first possession of the half. So Doug Gong Show back out. He's in the shotgun. The Trash Pandas are going to be all business here. Looking for the open man. They get it. Nice crossing route there from Chip cord ripper, and that's for a first down and then some. And I think the Trash Pandas are going to move away from the run game here in the second half, and I think they're going to engage maximum overdrive. That pass good past the 35. Bonbon, the lone back. Gong Show is going to draw play it to Bonbon. Oh, a block, a 6-spin, and a fall forward is good for 10 yards. Amazing work there from the Season 1 MVP. My apologies. He's a couple of inches short from a first down, but it's still second down. That gives Doug Gongshow an opportunity for creativity here. He's going to keep it. The Doug Gongshow keep to the 50. First down. I did not know Doug Gongshow was a keeper. Little boot play there from the Trash Pandas quarterback. They've made it to the Gators 49. Bonbon on the counter run. Oh my goodness, and Robert Stevens just bounces off of Bonbon like a bug off a windshield. Bonbon gets it to the Gators 44. Five yards on the run. Gongshow in the shotgun for the second down try. Looking for the open man. Andy Codd, player, gets it to the 30 on an excellent crossing route. And the Trash Pandas are having a lot of success with that particular route. Beating out the man coverage that the Gators have brought with them today. That's Codd player's 61st receiving yard. It's a handoff to Ian Corngrower, who falls forward for 2 yards. Mark Maskinson bringing him down. We haven't really seen Mark Maskinson, or not Mark Maskinson, we haven't really seen Neil Corngrower, the fullback for the Trash Pandas, really involved in the running game that much. So it's cool to see the Trash Pandas branching out. 2nd and 8. It's a handoff to Jim Radd, who picks up a great block and then some. A big 10-yard run to the Gators 15. Amazing work there by Bill Bonk to blow that run open. Trash Pandas looking for the go-ahead touchdown. It's a very quick handoff. This time it's to Brett Smarts, who gets about 4 yards on the play, nearing the Gators' 10-yard line. Gongshow, it's another handoff. Trying to spin the stick past Ming Lee is Brett Smarts, but he's stopped 2 yards away from a first down. This Kingston crowd cheering on the defense, 1.5 yards away from a first down. The Trash Pandas at the 7. They'll give it to Bonbon on the counter run, and he's stopped by Matthew Hart Bishop. So Tim Bencher is going to kick the field goal here, and we have a tie game here in Kingston. It's always a close game between these two teams. If memory serves, the Kingston Gators swept the Trash Pandas in Season 2. And they went 1-1 in Season 1. So the Trash Pandas looking to even up the score here. Dalton Mini Small at the 2. He's going to return it. Blocker's in front until he's shoved out of the way of that blocker, and he's going to get it to the 25. Tie game all up in here, and Gators ball here in the third, sorry. I looked at the timer and I saw 2 minutes, and then the number 2 just battered its way into that sentence. Third quarter here. Graham Howard stepping back to throw. He's going to try to get it to Lloyd Marshall on the corner route, but can't quite get enough air over Devin Childs, who was all that was separating Lloyd Marshall, in a major gain on that pass play. That could have been disastrous for the Trash Pandas, but Devin Childs is like, pah, no biggie. Graham Howard once again looking to throw. He's got all the time in the world, and oh my goodness, throws an interception. And that was just like instant. Graham Howard tried to touch pass it over the middle linebacker, but it's really hard to throw a football over a building, which is about how big that middle linebacker is of Stanley Steak Sauce. Big outside run by Ricky Bonbon to the 20. And so the Trash Pandas already in field goal range. The Gators defense being asked to defend the red zone once again. Bonbon in the backfield. Neat four-man in motion. Gongshow hands it off to Bonbon, who can't quite find a hole. Third down and 3 yards to go for a first. The Trash Pandas at the 17. They're going to hand it to Jim Rat, who falls over barely for a first down. Despite Matthew Hart Bishop's attempts to stop it. The Trash Pandas find themselves at the 14, and amazing over the middle pass to or was that Chip Cord Ripper? And Gongshow is now 3 in a row. As we hit the end of the third quarter, 10 all here in this back and forth game. This drive began by Stanley Steak Sauce interception over the middle. That began the Trash Pandas at the 30 of the Gators side of the field. And now Gongshow is threatening to make it 17-10. It's a handoff to Jim Rat, wide open, but it's stopped just short. But the Trash Pandas, a clipping penalty on Irwin Dark. That's going to set them back 10 yards. A devastating blow. 2nd and 13 now for Gongshow. And Gongshow hit as he throws, and that's incomplete. Looks like Robert Stevens on the safety blitz. And so that's going to be a 3rd and long. The Trash Pandas pretty much need it to get in the end zone for this to convert, else they'll have to settle for a field goal. Either way, if they can avoid a turnover, they'll be up 3, and Andy Codplayer is there for the team, running in front of Biff Plunger and catching the pass. Look at that. The double move makes it so Plunger is on his outside and he gets wide open. An amazing move there from the veteran. "16-yard pass to Codplayer. Tim Bencher out to kick. And the kick is good. Trash Pandas go up 7 here as we begin the 4th. Which is, oh, that's a great line graph. Okay, so the Gators need to respond with a touchdown of their own to keep this a close game. Tim Bencher kicking it off to Dalton Mini-Small at his end zone. He has no blockers in front, and he's going to be smothered at the 20 by Randy Straightcash. So this game has been a good one, even though it hasn't been as drama-filled as the Beefers Rollers game. This is more the drama spread out evenly across the entire game as opposed to just in the 4th quarter. Harold Van Panel on the move. The Gators starting at their own 20. Dude Man up the middle, 5-yard gain to the 25. And Ricky Bonbon blowing Oscar Dudeman out of the water with that 3.6 yards per carry average, does Bonbon. Second and 5 for the Gators. They're going to hand it to Dudeman once again, and they are going to throw Devin Childs right in front of Dudeman. And it's going to be a third and kind of short for the Gators. Every one of these third down conversions is going to be key for the Gators to make. Now that time is running thing. It's an outside pitch to Oscar Dudeman. Spins the stick. First down, Gators past the 30. Now, if you're thinking every single outside pitch play, nobody blocks for it. And look at that flarp. Gets a bad angle as soon as Oscar Dudeman rolls the left stick. That's what high agility does for a guy. First and 10 for the Gators at their own 33. Ollie Jawova now in to relieve Dudeman. He gets the outside pitch, turns upfield. Bulldozes through Stanley Steak Sauce nearly to the 40. And so this is exactly what the Gators want. They want to get yards. They want to shave time off the clock. And they want to get that juicy touchdown. Ollie Jawova up the right side. I think he's going to be short of a first down as he tries to barrel through Terry Shutcrunch. Now, Kelly Ollie Jawova, while he was moved to running back number 2, now that the Gators have Oscar Dudeman. Yes, it is a first down. Kelly Ollie Jawova's campaign in Season 2 was nothing short of fantastic. Another outside pitch, but this time it's stopped by number 42, Mark Swagley. Ollie Jawova stopped for a yard loss. Ollie Jawova, really one of the success stories of the former Knitters. Made a joke earlier about Patrick Waddledee now being the starting center. Fullback fake, Ollie Jawova up the middle. Not a big gain, but he gets it to the 45. And Dion Sizzler upset about something, I think. That's going to be a third down for the Gators, and they got a long ways to go for this one. They have to get it to almost the Trash Pandas 45. Graham Howard back to throw, and he throws another interception! Darren Daggerstab picks it up at midfield. The Trash Pandas are going to get the ball up 7 points. as he what's the crowd here? This is a disaster for the Gators. Yeah, the pass intended for Harold Van Panel, and Darren Daggerstab just cutting underneath. And so now if you're the Trash Pandas, you're up half the field. I don't know if you can quite burn 4 minutes of clock, but you're going to do your best to. Bonbon gets stopped for no gain by David Rains. Three minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the game. Doug Gongshow and co are up 7 points, 17-10. Gongshow navigating the pocket, tries to throw over the middle to Ian Corngrower on a crossing route, but Corngrower doesn't even turn to look at the ball. Nice, 6 for 9 on third downs of the Trash Pandas. They were originally perfect earlier in the game, but they've been having trouble on these next downs, and this one's certainly going to be tricky. They're going to hand it to Meat Foreman on the carry, just to burn clock. Now, are they in Tim Bencher field goal territory? It's going to be a long one. No, they will get Edward Gogo out. They are outside of Tim Bencher's range. It would have been like a 60-yarder anyways. Edward Gogo to punt. He's going to try and coffin it. And he does so. It looks like it's going to be at the 15. It's hard to tell with this camera angle. At the 20. This is a must-score drive for the Gators. They get Oscar Dudeman up the middle for 4 yards. The Gators cannot afford another turnover. With a timer as it is, they need to make their way down the field. They'll probably hit the 2-minute warning here. Although they should snap the ball before then if they're smart. Yes, they will. Oscar Dudeman gets to the 30. First down. Dodges a tackle to the 40. Dodges another tackle. An amazing Oscar Dudeman run there as we hit the 2-minute warning. The clock paused at about a minute 50 something. That running play took like forever. Minute 57. Now the Gators at their own 40-yard line with a fresh set of downs. We're going to see Howard switch to the passing game. Harold Van Panel in motion. Quick over. Nice slant play to Pete Moss. 7-yard reception. Howard moving up to the 47. Split backs for Howard. Under pressure. Has to throw it away. Good run there by Dion Sizzler. Minute 45 on the clock. And it's going to be a third and kinda short for the Gators. The Gators must convert here. They have to score a touchdown to tie it up. Howard, back to throw. Big blitz from the Trash Pandas, but defensive pass interference from Randy Straightcash. That's going to give the Gators a lot of yardage on that one. That one was slapped away by Terry Shutcrunch. And now the Gators have moved all the way to the Trash Pandas' 37-yard line with a fresh set of downs. A minute 42 paused on the clock. Van Panel once again on the move. Howard throws it deep. Andy Overnight's got space. Touchdown Gators. 36-yard pass. Andy Overnight once again getting the touchdown. And we have a tie game here in Kingston. The obvious joke being that tie game is a player currently playing for the Janitors. But the game is tied as the extra point is kicked good by Alex Northsouth. 17-17. However, the Trash Pandas have a minute and 36 to make something happen. And with Andy Cod Player and Chip Cord Ripper at their disposal, that thing might just be separation for a touchdown. I don't find it highly likely that the AI will run it with Bon Bon and co. for a field goal. It's what some incredibly conservative coaches might do. The Gong Show at the 23. A minute and 33 to go. Draw play to Ricky Bon Bon, but he falls over his own teammates as Meat Foreman was pushed down on his blocking assignment. Audible now. Bon Bon throwing it to Meat Foreman at the 25. Third down conversion for the Trash Pandas. Gong Show in the shotgun. Empty set. In trouble! He's brought down by Marshall Rockenstone. And that's fourth down for the Trash Pandas. They are deep on their... Not deep, but they are on their own side of the field. So I doubt they will go for it. So Edward Go-Go will have to punt it away with a minute and 9 remaining. It will be up to the Trash Pandas' defense to stop the home team here. And perhaps take us to the second overtime game of week 1. Dalton Mini-Small catches the punt. He returns it to the 45, and the Gators will have excellent field position. So the Gators do not have that far to go to get it within field goal range. However, Graham Howard has thrown many picks already this game, with Stanley Steak Sauce looking awfully hungry there, looking over the offensive trenches. He drops back into coverage, though. Graham Howard throws it over to the open Andy Overnight, who gets it past the 50. First timeout used by Kingston. 55 seconds left on the clock. Trash Pandas fans want only one thing, and it's a Michael Hotz interception. Graham Howard still looking like he's going to throw it here. 55 seconds remaining. Harold Van Panel audible to be a fullback. Throws it to the drag route. Pete Moss picks it up to the 40. Kingston uses their second timeout and will likely save their last one for a game-winning field goal. They've still got about 15 yards to go before they have a sure thing with that. Dude man, the lone back. Howard once again back to throw. Throwing it! Andy Overnight with his third touchdown of the game. Andy Overnight is just blowing open Randy Straightcash. And that is the third straight touchdown from Overnight. So the Gators are going to give the Trash Pandas back the ball with 45 seconds remaining. As Andre Fourscore kicks the extra point. And we have a real back and forth in the fourth quarter. Yeah, with two timeouts being used on that drive, that was only 17 seconds of play clock for those 7 points. Squib kick is kicked directly to Jim Rat. That was not a good squib kick. As the Trash Pandas, just like the Gators last play, will have excellent field position at their own 45. They only have 55 yards to go to tie this one up. 42 seconds on the clock. Doug Gongshow in the shotgun with a 3 wide receiver set. Gongshow looking for somebody open, and he takes too long. Tuck rules the ball. Marshall Rockenstone robbed of a sack as him and Logan Haller have a bit of a talking. 39 seconds on the clock. This is where Doug Gongshow shows Toronto that he is the guy. Backing up. Quick throw. Instant cord ripper past the 35. They're within Tim Bencher field goal range now, but that doesn't matter. I don't know why I brought that up. 30 seconds remaining as the Trash Pandas use a timeout. You get excited and you just start saying things, I swear. The Trash Pandas at the 33-yard line of the Gators. Gongshow in the shotgun, 1st and 10. It's intercepted by Biff Plunger, and that's game. And the Trash Pandas, we have Ricky Bonbon there looking defeated, and that was what you didn't want to see from Doug Gongshow. Biff Plunger moved from wide receiver to cornerback. The Gators coming out with a man defense package because of it. And that results in a game-winning interception. The Gators will win the opening day here in Kingston. And what has been a fun little bout between these two. It really felt like it could have gone either way. Unfortunately, even though the clock's not running, the AI will still wait as if there wasn't a play clock to kneel here. But you really can't say anything negative about either team. Ricky Bonbon in rare form today. He ran an amazing game for the Trash Pandas. And this really did feel like an any given Sunday game. Like, there wasn't any glaring flaws you can point out and being like, oh, this is why the Trash Pandas lost. Oh, this is why the Gators won. Although you could say Andy Overnight being moved to wide receiver number 2, being able to blow out Randy Straightcash was sort of the matchup of the game. Andy Overnight with all three of the touchdowns actually for the Gators. That's crazy. That's the final kneel. And this Kingston crowd is going to go home happy. So the Gators by default will lead the division with the Hellcats and the Rollers having played non-divisional matchups, as that's the #1 stat that determines division standings. And man, this is just a good game. This is just football, man. Yeah, Yao Zhao only doing 2 passes to fill in for a slightly dinged up Doug Gong show. Mark Maskinson putting him into the blue tent. Yeah, Graham Howard, 85.2 passer rating. Doug Gong show, 52.6. Did throw 3 picks, it's not great. Graham Howard throwing 2 of them himself, and that instant interception from Stanley Steak Sauce was incredibly funny. GG's in chat. Oscar Dude Man. Yeah, Jim, like the running game of the meet 4-man on 1 attempt. Yeah, the running game of the Trash Pandas was so good. Like Jim Rat, when he filled in for Ricky Bonbon, was amazing. Ricky Bonbon himself, again, like, I think his goal right now is just to avoid, fumbling the football, which it was a huge issue for him late into the second season before his arm injury. And yeah, 3.1 average, that's the Bonbon guarantee. And yeah, Oscar Dude Man, he got a 4 average, which is really good, but not as explosive with only 52 yards. Dude Man did get the most yards of the game, but only by 2 yards. Both running backs really doing work here. So it'll be interesting what both general managers take away from this game, because again, it was just really close, and it really felt like an any given Sunday kind of game. Yeah, Andy Overnight with 134 yards though. Him being moved to wide receiver 2, and yeah, the Gators understanding the need for a tall, fast cornerback, putting Biff Plunger there, and trusting Pete Moss and Andy Overnight with the passing offense turned out to be an amazing play. Andy Codplayer also responsible for a lot of good stuff. And yeah, Chip Cord Ripper, 5 receptions. He was the most targeted Trash Panda on the team. Go to blocking. Bunch of pancakes. Jay Mitchell, the only one who allowed a sack. Most of the other ones were counted as tuck rules. Your tackles leader, Jay McDiggle with 11. Holy moly. That's almost Lamar Ritzer numbers, but I don't think he had any... I don't think anyone had any forced fumbles. He had no... It was just interceptions for turnovers. And, of course, turnover on downs. Interceptions by Gordy Strump, Stanley Steaksoff, Biff Plunger, Draco Sanchez, and Darren Daggerstab. That one was key. And the only sack coming from Darren Daggerstab.